Let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in thy sight. How you feeling, family? How you feeling? Can you hear me? Please put the number one in the chat if you could hear me clearly. I'm using another microphone system right now. That's why you see headphone strings coming from my head. Can you hear me? Can you hear me now? Put the number one in the chat. Big up to everybody on Instagram. Big up to people on YouTube. If you could hear me, put the number one in the chat right now. If you can hear me, put the number one in the chat. All right. Let's see if we got any crowd participation going on. All I need is a number one in the chat. Okay. Creator Goddess has put the number one in the chat. Thank you very much, Creator Goddess. Creator Goddess. Yes. Oh, Creator Goddess. Creator God and Creator Goddess. Speak up to you. Thank you very much for showing love. Oh man, I want everybody to happy December the 15th. Happy December the 15th. Today happens to be an update show, but I'm also going to talk on some numerology, get some stuff out of the way. Want to say happy birthday to the mother of the Matrix, the one, the only Sophia Stewart. Today is Sophia Stewart's birthday, and I'm going to touch on that a little bit today too. So give Sophia Stewart a well-deserved round of applause. Thank you very much, Sister Sophia, for all that you've done, all that you've offered to the world through your insight and foresight. Enough respect to her in everything that she did. So happy birthday to her. And I hope all you Sagittarius people out there are doing well. Anybody else I have to shout out their birthday to? Let me look on my birthday energy frequency going on in my phone to see if I have any other birthdays to shout out. So again, happy birthday to the mother of the Matrix, the one, the only Sophia Stewart. Today is her birthday, her born day. So we're showing some respect to her today. We're going to show some respect to her. I'm going to talk about something. Happy birthday to Miss Culpepper, martial arts extraordinaire from the system of Sanukas martial arts and Vijitsu martial arts right here in New York. And happy birthday to Julio. Today is his birthday also. Of course, showing y'all some birthday love since today is your birthday, alongside the great Sophia Stewart. So let me say this off the rip. I know it's her birthday because I asked her. Pardon me. I asked her personally when it's her birthday, and she did tell me her birthday was December the 15th. But there's something I want to share with all of you. Those who've seen The Matrix 4. Big up to everybody that's seen The Matrix 4. If you've seen The Matrix 4, please put the number 4 in the chat. And do remember, please like, subscribe, and share, because before I get into my updates, I'm going to break down some numbers about December 15th and why it was very significant opening of the movie The Matrix 4. If you have seen The Matrix 4, the last installment of Matrix, please put the number 4 in the chat. Big up to Billy Carson with 4 bit of knowledge. So if you have seen Matrix 4, all right, put the number 4 in the chat. And if you haven't, I suggest you go see it. It's going to be, especially the opening scene is very, 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 very important to me, because what I seen in the opening scene of the Matrix 4 movie was the numbers. And the numbers told me a lot and what they was trying to insinuate in the movie in regards to our sister Sophia Stewart. So Sophia, if you're watching this is all in love and honor to you. I would probably send it to you on your Instagram because I know she does have an Instagram, and I want to make sure I show her all due respect to our great sister Sophia Stewart. And do me a favor, take the time out right now to like, subscribe, and share with those that are on a spiritual journey, and tell them to click the bell to be notified when I come up. And of course, this is a troll-free zone. All trolls will be placed in the block party. You know, I used to love block parties in New York, and then we got into social media. Now we got blocking parties going on. Y'all will be placed in the blocking party or the block party. And please donate to the channel. Channel is already, remember, the more you circulate to others, it comes back to you 100 or 1,000 folds, like the great Dr. B will tell you, and other motivational people out there. And I think that is it. That's all I have to shout out. Big up to my son. He was in the building. He came earlier, and his beautiful Empress Elizabeth. And big up to them. Of course, make sure if you want to do an audio book, if you want to learn podcasting, creative writing, and all that, recording, contact him at those numbers right there. That's my son, Prince Imagine. His studio alongside Brother Jason is Green Studio NYC, and he's one of the primary sponsors of my shows. And just a great guy, man. He could have been my father in a past life. That's how deep it is. My son is very brilliant, very smart, and very articulate when it comes to information. And just want to remind you of the other sponsors that are also with me. The one, the only Professor Zahalia. I spoke to her. Big up to her and her beautiful children. Yes, big up to Professor Zahalia and her beautiful children. She's part of my sponsorship team, and she got something big coming up in 2026, and I'll be a part of that in LA also. I might be even one of the speakers. So I can't wait to be a part of that journey, because I know it is a journey. I can't wait to be a part of that journey, because I know it is a journey. So big up to my great sister Zahalia. Big up to all of you that are doing martial arts, all you women that are into martial arts in any way. Enough respect to y'all, man, and make sure y'all handle your business. Handle your business. Teach your children, teach the babies how to fight. Also, I think that's very important that we teach our babies how to fight. Also, because that's our children need it. And she's not only a teacher of that, she's also a dance instructor, classical dance instructor on movement. And big up to her, our late teacher of information and martial arts depth, our dear Dr. Moses Powell. He definitely gave her some real good, wise insight in regards to putting dance together with the martial arts, putting the movements of dance with the martial arts, and I think that was very important. And I seen him on a tape do that with her, and I was proud I was proud of watching how Dr. Moses Powell was able to look at one of his students and say, okay, bet, since you are already a dancer, add on. Sanukas is all about adding on, not taking away from the system, but adding on to make whatever you do better. And that's one thing I love about Sanukas Rule Jiu-Jitsu. And I've been studying it from a child since I was 89 years, since 1989, put it like that. Been doing it since 1989. And like I tell a lot of people, I didn't go in there for the belts. I came in there for the love, to want to protect myself. So if somebody asks me, why did I get into the martial arts? I'll always say, to protect myself, get home, protect family, and to get home safely. That's basically it. It wasn't to belts and get the black belt and all that. And it wasn't never for that. It was really about getting home safely. And I think that's where people get it all mistaken, because it's not about the fight. It's about being in the mental mindset enough to be able to avert and turn a negative situation into a positive situation when it comes to the martial sciences of not only self-defense but self-offense. Big up to people like Professor David James from V. Arnis Jiu-Jitsu that speaks about that. And another one of my sponsors, I gotta big them up before we go into our program. Me, Numerovation consultation with King Simon, using your numbers to motivate you. That's what Numerovation means, using your numbers to motivate you. Numbers connected to your birthday and your names, first, middle, and last. So text me your full name and date of birth and email for the details at 347-496-1022. And remember, New Diamonds, big up to New Diamonds, and all she do, go to her newdiamonds.net. That's newdiamonds.net. Support her, show her some love. And Holistica Palace, Amazon.com, Dr. Shakira Moore. Get all my books on Amazon, of course. Go to Amazon and join me on Amazon. So when any book comes out, you can be one of the first. And big up to my brother Lloyd-Strayhorn.com. Make sure you show him some love. Abundance Child, also make sure you check out her website. Her YouTube channel, youtube.com/at Abundance Child. Only the realists feel it. Feel this. That's Only the Realists Feel This podcast. And remember, tonight I will be on with this beautiful sister, Understanding Thyself. Don't Think Too Hard podcast. I like that name. Don't Think Too Hard podcast. You're thinking too hard. You're thinking too much. Big up to Empress Etoy and El Haj Saladin. Big up to those two individuals that's hosting that. And I'll be on there tonight, December the 15th at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, just in case you're in the West Coast or Mountain Time or Central, whatever, wherever you are, you got to adjust to the time, and you can be on there while I'm breaking down and having some fun with the numbers. And then on Tuesday, I will be interviewing Ascending Infinite Goddess, making her first debut to the channel. Big up to her. I'm going to be talking about the revealing of the goddesses and what gods will walk with them, because we have to earn that right to be a god. And everybody that says that gods and goddesses are not gods and goddesses, just because it's a new word to say, don't mean you're a god. Don't even mean that I'm a god or goddess. It takes a lot to become that in time. You might have to put in 10,000 hours. A big up to Professor James Mohammed Mahdi. He will be on with us on the 18th. That's December 18th. Forgiveness is the highest form of healing, the legacy of the Doc Moses Powell, aka Master Musa Muhammad. All happening at 8 p.m. And then on the 20th, we will be with Ascended Infinite Goddess on the webinar called Catapult Your Energy into 2026. I am one of the guest speakers alongside Brother Malcolm Boza, Karel, and also Natir Kaba Goddess. We will also be with them on the 20th. And then on the 21st, LIU. We're coming back to LIU. We're coming back to LIU. Can't wait to be at LIU, man. It's going to be a beautiful thing. Big up to everybody that's tuning in on Instagram and on YouTube. Thank y'all very much. So let's get it in. All right. So I want to show y'all something real quick. I'll show y'all a clip. I want to show y'all a clip of the Matrix movie. If you don't know, before I do that, let me show y'all something else. Hold on. I want to show y'all something, and I think this is going to be very important. The things that are coming up, and that we're going to show some love to. We're going to shed some light to right here. Let me see if I can. Yeah, there it is. All right. So those that are in New York, I don't know if y'all know who this beautiful brother is, but I've worked with him on radio. Those who remember the product, Sundial Products, this brother's funeral or homegoing celebration is happening at on December the 17th. It's going to be happening in the Bronx at the McCall's Bronxwood Funeral Home, 4035 Bronxwood Avenue, Bronx, New York, Wednesday, December 17th at 11:30 a.m. And if you want to make it out there, going out there, is going to be a big funeral for this brother, Rashan Abdul Hakim. Back in the Jamaican days, he was called Ruddy Ducats. He used to make, and he has a nice sundial. He's the owner and the proprietor of Sundial Products. Those who remember Caramanti and all those different type of teas, herbs that he used to make. His funeral is happening on December the 17th. All right. He was born January 25th and transitioned December the 7th, he was in his critical cycle before his birthday. Y'all know I've spoken about the critical cycle in people's birthday. And this will be online. There's going to be a public invitation online. It will be at the National Indoor Sports Center, Jimmy Cliffs, the official celebration of life of the Honorable Jimmy Cliff. What a brother that inspired me also, alongside Rashan Abdul Hakim, who used to have a radio show on the morning shows. But this brother inspired me, and it's also happening at December the 17th, but it's going to be at 3 p.m. I believe that's Jamaican time. I think it's an hour ahead or hour behind, or it might be the same time, depending. But yeah, it's going to be Jamaican time. It's going to be happening in Jamaica at Independence Park over there at 6 Arthur Wint Drive, Kingston, Jamaica. And last but not least, they just had the funeral of the family, PJ, Flurry, her sister, friend Ziza Flurry, and the father Alfred Franz Flurry. They just had the celebration, so we're gonna have a vigil at the Adam Clayton Powell State Building on the second floor at the art gallery from 6 to 8 p.m. I'm going to pass through because PJ meant a lot. And that's the beautiful PJ that you see in front right there. She did a lot in our community as an activist, and she helped me do certain things in her magazine called Brown Eyed Magazine. And so all of us are going to be at the Adam Clayton Powell State Building over there at 163 West 125th Street in Manhattan, in Harlem, New York. All right, not too far, right across the street from the Teresa Hotel, formerly known as the Teresa Hotel. For more information, you can call 917-500-5440. That's 917-500-5440. Okay, just wanted to get that out of the way as get prepared. So yeah, we're gonna definitely be at our sister's homegoing, man, and man, it's gonna be big, man. Somebody say, yes, you're welcome. Yes, yes, yes. Big up to you, sir. Thank you very much. Gratitude and abundance of love, and thank you, brother. You're welcome. You're welcome, Mr. Williams. I am live, so y'all getting me live and direct. I'm here. I'm in front of y'all. So the next thing I'm going to show y'all, I want to talk about. Today is Sophia Stewart's birthday. Today is Sophia Stewart's birthday, and I want to show y'all something. Of course, we're going to show a beautiful picture of her. Today, she is born December the 15th. I don't know the year. I didn't ask her year. I asked her directly, look how beautiful she is. Look how fine this beautiful sister is. And she did, as I'm understanding, she did win the case. So big up to our dear sister, Sophia, as she is looking good here. She's looking very good. Enough respect to her. So I'm glad that I had the opportunity of speaking to her on the phone. I met her back in the day, but I met her at a Dr. Philip Valentine event. One of my events actually that I produced. She came in, but she was all wrapped up and didn't want. And then my sister Marjay told me that Sophia Stewart was here, but she disappeared in the crowd. But she, and it was a packed crowd at Dr. Valentine at St. Francis College. So thank you, Sophia, for coming through. You must be hearing the people shoveling. But the next thing I want to show y'all live and direct before I go into the updates, I want to show y'all why the Matrix 4 kind of gave her validation. The Matrix 4 movie gave our sister some form of validation by even putting her birthday on the screen. So I'm going to show y'all. I'm going to start it, but it's going to be in, I'm going to mute it because I don't want any copyright strikes. Of course, I don't want any copyright strikes, so I'm going to mute it so y'all can see for yourself. Hold on 1 second. Boom. So watch carefully, and we're going to break down the numbers to what they're saying. Watch carefully. Check this out. This is the opening of the Matrix. I want y'all to watch carefully what numbers you see pop up. 1, 2, 3. It's about to come up. Matrix Resurrection. Make sure y'all watch it. Boom. Watch this. All right. I'm keeping it on mute. Look at this. Bang. Stop right there. Look at the numbers you see right there. Look at the numbers you see right there. This part is very important right here. Model 101 breach, user violation. Very important. Because remember, our dear sister our dear Sophia Stewart was going through some stuff, and she did feel violated because she felt she got robbed of her intellectual property. Model, which could be model, 101. We know what 101 usually means in this, basic stuff. Breach / user violation. Host alarm. KIWW. Now, KWW could be woman, the Wonder Woman, the Woman of Wonder. It could be anything, but I'm just going to look at the numbers of KIWW and look at the number 1215. How coincidental would the fourth movie, and we know that her books was based on Terminator 1 and based on The Matrix 1. But how coincidental would, in the beginning credits of the Matrix 4 movie, would they acknowledge or put the 1215? How coincidental can that be? 1215, which happens to be her birthday, and then says modal 101 breach / user violation. They violated her. The brothers who now turned into sisters violated her. The host, they violated the host. So it was an alarm. The alarm is the person they violated, which is that, from my perspective, this is just the decoding from my perspective about, and I know I mentioned this probably when it first came out, but I see more now that today's a birthday, and I keep on, and I know there's others that be decoding and doing their thing. Big up to Brother Panic, who used to decode, people like Phil Valentine that decodes, and of course KT the Arch Degree and other brothers and sisters out there. But I just had to put this out there because it was a violation of her rights and how they wanted to steal her intellectual property. And interesting enough, what did I tell y'all about 1212? If y'all remember the broadcast is in my membership, if you want to go watch that, if y'all remembered what I said about 1212, that you always got to look at the reflection of the numbers, especially when a number like 12 show up, because 12 is known as a hangman, but on the other side is known as the crown of the Magi when it turns into 21. I'm going to show y'all something in numerology, and look, pay attention to my board here. Pay attention. Hold on, let me put myself up in the front. Let me throw this in the back. Pay close attention to what I'm doing here. I want to show y'all something because I don't have my board to write anything or do anything, but I want to make sure y'all see what I see. Now, the host alarm, and I'm putting it right here. The host alarm is KIWW 1215. I want y'all to look at what I'm putting here on the bottom here. Now, look at the numerology of KIW in the Pythagorean and the Chaldean. KIW in the Pythagorean is 2955, which equals 21. And of course, in the Chaldean system, the oldest two of the system, that's why I have C in front of it. It's 2166, which adds up to 15. Look what I'm saying here. Look at this. It's KIWW equals 21, and the reverse and the reflection of 21 is 12. So they are giving you codes. They're telling you something in the beginning of that movie. So those who haven't seen The Matrix 4, you're going to see the codes. There's a lot of coded stuff throughout the whole Matrix, all of the Matrix movie, but that one caught me because they was trying to give her some type of validation. And around that time, right? I think around that time is that when everything was being settled with what was going on with her monies and all that kind of stuff. So they're giving her validation because 1215 is the prime number that's showing up after reading all of that. And again, KIWW equals 21, and the reversal of 21 is 12. And then KIWW equals 15. So 1215 is showing, remember the number 21 in compound numerology is the number of the crown of the Magi. But in order for you to get that crown, in order for you to win that crown and be accepted and earn that crown, you have to go through long term. Matter of fact, where's my book? Because I wrote it in my book. Y'all think I be playing with y'all. I wrote that in my book. And I like, there's some here. I have it right here behind me. If you read my book, and I'm talking about the KIW in the movie, those that are just coming in, I just showed the opening scene of The Matrix 4, and this is what showed up. Host alarm KIWW. And KIWW in the Pythagorean system adds up to 21 and in the Chaldean system, it adds up to the 15. So 12, 15 is still there, but the 21 represents the initiation that she had to go through. Because remember, in my book, I talk about the 21 being the 21 is connected to the number 21 gains success after long battles. She had to go through a long battle. This is number 21 in my book on page 70. If you got my book, Numerovation for Mental Stability, you go right down towards the bottom and you'll see it. The person connected to the number 21 gains success after a long battle, and the crown of the Magi is only gained after long initiation and the test of determination. It's in my book. I try to tell people how to extract information out of all these numerology books. You don't have to go with the whole format and keep your mind just locked into rules and all that. Learn how to extract and pull in. Think on a whole nother level when it comes to numerovation, baby. I'm showing you how to extract. So when I seen KIWW in the opening meaning of it, again, let's go back. I show those who didn't know. This is the opening scene of the Matrix. You see that? You see that symbol right there? You see it right there where it says host alarm KIWW 1215. Model 101 breach user violation. Sophia Stewart was violated by the Wachowski brothers, who turned into Wachowski sisters. Now they can't be, because they turned into sisters, they trying to avert what's going on as far as giving up and, dealing with other foolishness that might happen in the courts. But she is the host, and there was an alarm. She's born on 12/15. December 15th. This is not a coincidence. That's what I'm trying to tell you. This is not a coincidence. What they're saying here in the opening scene of Matrix 4, because 4 represents foundation. 4 and it's Matrix resurrection. That's the mother resurrecting after they violated her. Y'all got to understand the different secret nuances that these people speak in the symbolism of movies. In the symbolism of movies, that's how they're speaking in the language. And I know I didn't get to break it down, but I start seeing more and more after a while. Do y'all get what I'm saying? Are y'all getting what I'm saying? Do y'all get what I'm saying in here? Somebody said, think about it. So she's been vindicated that it was her intellectual property that created the Terminator 1 and the Matrix Foundation, Matrix 1. She's been vindicated because she has been getting funds, according to Allah. So big up to Sophia Stewart. I just wanted to touch on that real quick. I'm not going to get crazy. I don't want people to be, get caught up. Again, I tell people numbers are here to guide you. And today is her birthday, December the 15th. And again, I keep on saying it is not a coincidence that they put her birthday in the movie. 12/15 is a time, but remember, numbers are symbols of something. So it could be a symbol of the time, but they're letting you know there was a breach of the user violation. The host, the original host of the Matrix, was her, the woman, born on December the 15th, aka Sophia Stewart. So my dear Sophia, if you're watching, love you. We spoke, I think, once or twice on the phone before when I was trying to bring you in to speak in New York about 7 years ago. But enough respect to you, wherever you are at this time in your life. Enough respect. Today is Sophia Stewart's birthday. And we did shout out our sister in the early portion. But if you want to see her picture again, this is the mother of the Matrix, the one, the only Sophia Stewart. Oh yeah, we're gonna show her some love now. We're gonna show where my applause button at? Where's my applause button for this beautiful Sagittarian woman? All right, where's my applause button for? Everybody give her a round of applause. Put some claps in the chat. Put some claps in the chat. Put some claps in the chat if you love Sophia Stewart. Put some claps in the chat, please. Oh, somebody said they just pulled the crown of the Magi divination card. Yeah, man. It was a powerful thing. She had to go through what she had to go through. Big up to people on Instagram. She had to go through what she had to go through. It's an initiation card. The 21, the crown of the Magi, is an initiation. You don't just get the crown. That's why people born on the 21st of the month, like a Usain Bolt, like a Jermaine Shoemaker, who y'all call Dr. Umar, like a Samuel L. Jackson, like a Jordan Peele. You have to go through your trials and tribulations and your determination. So she had to go through all of that for many years to get to where she had to get that crown that she deserved of the Magi, because Magi's are the alchemists, taking little of nothing and making it into something in history. So, hey, that's all I wanted to share real quick. But I do want to talk about the updates right here on my channel. First and foremost, I want to thank all of you that has made my channel better, made my channel to another high level of the numbers are going up. And I really appreciate that the numbers are going up. Let me show y'all just in case. Thank y'all so much. Let me show all of y'all that the numbers are going up. Remember, this is King Simon Presents Only Quality People. So quality is not about quantity. I don't have a 500,000 like Brother Rich and a million like, I'm about quality people. So that's why I tell people it's a troll-free zone. I'm about quality. I'm not, and even if I'm not the best at making it look as qualified like y'all want it to be, I'm letting you know that I only want the quality people on my show. So those who want to advertise with KSP Media, advertisement rate is so nice and reasonable right now because I'm celebrating. And this rate will go until my birthday, February 1st, because right now I'm in my critical cleansing cycle before my birthday. So those who want to advertise with me, your business, your books, your products, as long as it's culturally and respectful, advertise with KSP. Your events, as long as it's respectful. I'm not promoting no booty shaking events and crazy events. I'm not doing all of that. But if you want to advertise with me, a live show, some good music and all that kind of stuff, KSP Media, we are growing. We are growing fast, but respectful. Email for rates at ksptvmedia@gmail.com. That's ksptvmedia@gmail.com. Or you can text me for direct response at 347-496-1022. That's 347-496-1022. So, and again, we're gonna make some changes. Of course, I got some changes. A lot of, and I'm glad that we're doing it just like that. I'm respectful of what's happening. Of course, look at the numbers. It's going up. Look what it says. Views 92,094. The views have been going up. Everything, and when you see green and all of that, is all going up. 43.9K more than the usual 25.6K. So it's going up. Again, watch time is 5,000.1K. That's 736 more than usual. And subscribers have gone up. 354 is gone up. 204 more than usual. So thank you, all of you that has been supporting King Simon Presents Only Quality People. Once again, I want to give all of y'all, every one of you, a well-deserved round of applause for supporting. Really means a lot to me. Believe me, it really means a lot to me. So that's why I'm gonna work towards building more of the algorithms. And please like, subscribe, and share. And even if you can't donate to the channel, the algorithm again is proving if you keep things positive and productive, people will follow you. Sometimes people are tired of the ratchet and the negative and the debates and who's this, what culture you are, and all that. Look, I support and respect everybody in their own lane. I'm staying in my lane to keep y'all motivated. I'm staying in my lane. I'm staying in my lane to keep y'all motivated. That's what I'm going to do. You see that picture right there? This is I'm in, I'm back at my mother's house right now. taking care of some business for the house. And this is one of my original rooms from back in the day. I'm not in the basement because I'm gonna turn the basement into a nice studio. Got to handle some business there. But that picture right there represents a brother and a sister, two sisters coming together and showing love to each other, because that's what it is. It's not even about the face. It's just them looking into the pastures and looking on the land that they're living on. And that's what it's all about for me on this channel. I sleep under this picture to know and remember that it's all about showing love to each other. These are two sisters. This is an old picture that my mother got years ago. And this picture over here is a Haitian art from Elizabeth, my son's fiance or empress. This picture right here is from my, she gave me that. And of course, my book was right there. So I'm going to put my book right back over there. Stop playing. Put my book right back over there. Yes, 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 yes. Put that book right there. Big up to Dr. B coming out with a new book. Big up to Dr. B coming out with a new book also. So again, before I get off, again, those who have any new books or whatever business that's conscious or that's here to wake up people, because I know everybody have something in them that they came to do something on this planet, make it manifest and come and advertise with me. That's advertise with KSP TV Media, as we are growing fast. You know, you could be a part of the advertisement team, just like, or the sponsorship team, just like people like Professor Zahalia, just like Abundance Child, just like, of course, or I Open a Production, just like my sister, Ascendant Infinite Goddess, just like my son. You know, these are all part of the team that shows love. Holistica Palace, New Diamonds, you know, Nicholas Brooklyn. Of course, we got to shout out Nicholas Brooklyn. Thanks for everybody that came out to the Professor Smalls event too. Great event. We had a good time. Big up to Lioness Crown and her cousin and her family member Nat, and aka Jade. Big up to Jade for coming out. Also, big up to Lloyd Strayhorn. Again, me and Lloyd have a barter with each other. Me and Nicholas have a barter. We barter things, man. It's all right to barter. But I do have a great advertisement rate if you do want to advertise your book, your business, whatever you got, restaurant, whatever, online products. You could have products like Judge Joe Brown. I got my new barbecue sauce, Judge Joe Brown and his new barbecue. You know, sometimes you got to get that barbecue sauce and then put that barbecue sauce on them chickens there. You know what I'm saying? But big up to Judge Joe Brown. You know, bad impression. I know I got to get my voice back. I used to be able to do impressions of people too back when I was younger. So I got to get my voice back intact. But again, family, there's a lot going on, and I want to make sure that my channel represents the numerovational factor of it, to keep people motivated, to keep people using their numbers and their birthdays and the cycles that they're in. Big up to 19 Keys. He was reading out of Lloyd Strayhorn's book. Big up to Lloyd, one of the elders in this. 19 Keys recently was just on reading out of Lloyd Strayhorn's book about the number 1 year that we're going into. But I always, as much as you break it down, 2026 adds up to a number 10, always look at the other numbers that makes up 2026, because we're going to constantly say 2026. 20 has its own vibration in compound numerology, which means a lightening and awakening and discernment and some great purpose. 26 has its own meaning in compound numerology also. I don't just break it down to the 10. I got to look at things from a holistic perspective. And that's what I was putting in this chat. Always look at all of the numbers, because 2 has its own individual meaning. 0 has its own individual meaning. 2 has its own individual meaning at that position. And 6 has its own. And 26 is the number that says you have to be very careful in your healing process. In compound numerology, the number 2026, you got the enlightenment and the discernment number of 20, and the number of 20 is also the number of some new purpose, some new plans, some new goals, all of that. So that's been for the whole 2000s. But 26, now that we're going into the 26, that represents a whole nother methodology of the number, and that represents being careful of bad advice, bad partnerships, bad unions, because you can bring disaster on that. And you've got to learn to tap into your intuition and find balance with the number 26 behind the number 20. That part. So again, I love what 19 Keys was doing, but he basically gave it the simplified way. But there's also a holistic way of looking at 2026 that all of us are going to be a part of next year. And that's just a metaphysical vibration, esoteric vibration that's just guiding you and alerting to you. And remember, when you add your month and your day to 2026, then you can see what's the theme of your year. Do a Numerovation session with me, because I get into it from a soulful perspective. I get into it and I put all my energy behind it. This is not AI, baby. And I do implore that people use AI, but when it comes to soulfully connecting with the numbers, because we, the humans, myself and Lloyd and other beautiful women and men that does numerology or astrology and all that, we put in the soul of it, because there's a depth of information we are also pulling that AI will never be able to pull, because it doesn't have a soul. I'm the soul of numerovation. Let me say that again. I'm the soul of numerovation. Nobody can change that. I invented the word thanks to my ancestors giving me the wherewithal to accept that word and then look it up to see if it's in the dictionary and then put it in the lexicon dictionary. The algorithms are building slowly for it to become what it is, because numerology was coined and invented back in 1907 by a beautiful adoptee named Dr. Julia Seton. Go look it up. They try to give it to Julia Staton, but I never seen enough information. I started seeing more information of Julia, a woman. And I think back in those times, they tried to give it to a man because of a lot of male chauvinist European madness going on. And Dr. Julia was studying under Miss Dow Bellet, L. Dow Bellet, another woman that had a whole institute of numerology for 25 plus years. So they were studying. They wasn't playing games, those women, over here in the Western Hemisphere. But they was getting all of the knowledge from the old Eastern philosophy and perspective, but you was able to flip it and make it cultural. Like I was telling Jade and her friend, because they're cardologists. Big up to Jade, Lioness Crown, and her beautiful friend Nat. I'll be working with Nat. I'm going to try to interview Nat and talk about cardology also. I'm going to try to get Dwan B also, my brother Dwan B. That's my brother, Dwan B, on cardology. But, and we was talking about, the science that with Aquarius Maximus and, of course, beautiful Nina Diamond, how they dropped their way. But everything is based on how you evolve the energy of the numbers, because numbers have its foundation. Cardology has its foundation, but there's an evolution happening, especially with AI happening, especially with the world. And it's also cultural, because if you go to Japan, the numerology is a slight different than Chinese numerology. If you go to Kabbalah and study gematria and Kabbalah, it's slightly different than Abjad numerology, because the words and the letters are different. Hebrew and Arabic has similarities. And then I was telling them in the car, I said, look here, let me explain something to you. If I go back to the Chaldeans and studying of the Sumerians and on the Chaldeans of Mesopotamia and and Chaldean, we got to figure out what language they were speaking in. And so the numbers sound differently back in Chaldea or along the Mesopotamia or along those. So the numbers in the philosophy of the underground esoteric information sounds different. And it would be different from a cultural perspective, just like when I go to Chinese numerology or Japanese numerology. It's a culture that people put behind it. And you start seeing the patterns and cycles and sequences of that culture. That's how deep it gets. I love it. So I study it, because numbers is infinite. Numbers are simple. People are complicated. Numerovation from the king. Learn the foundation from the king. That was produced by my son, a jingle. And if you want a jingle done for your business, my son can do that also. My son does jingles for businesses also. Very helpful child. This is my oldest son, Prince Imagine. All he gonna do is show you love and show you how to make it better. And if you need a jingle for your radio show, your podcast, your television show, if you need a jingle, this man could do it. And big up to Lioness Crown. Big up to her cardology teammate, Nat. I'm definitely gonna have to bring on my show to see what she got. I'm gonna have to bring on my show to see what they got together. Mm-hmm. Big up to big up, big up, big up, big up, big up, big up to all of them out there doing the work. Big up to Lioness Crown. Big up to Nat, who does cardology. Big up to Aquarius Maximus and Nina Diamond. One thing I love about, and then I know Amira Khadijah that does cardology, cartomancy. Cartomancy is different than cardology because it comes from a male dominated perspective, and cardology has a more female dominant. See, again, there's different nuances. So you got to always study the nuances behind what people are studying. Because I know cartomancy and numeromancy has its own cultural nuances. And you got to know that even in numerology, everyone, as much as the foundation of the numbers is the same, you might go to Gematria or Kabbalah and you find a whole nother different line of meaning based on the multitude of numbers that they're using, or the 22 letters in Abjad. You'll find a whole nother cultural difference. I've noticed that since I've been studying since 1989. I've been studying this stuff. Since 1989, I've been studying this stuff. I realized, I'm like, damn, this is 36 years in. I'm not no little spring chicken in this numerology stuff. Lord is my senior. And he approves and validates and say, yo, this dude is good. He loves the way I do it in my own flow. And then he loves how Jackie Levine might do it. And he might love how Kimberly might do it. He might love how this. You got to have a lineage going on, just like the FBA and the FBCA and the ADOS and the Africans over here and the Asians over there. Got to have a lineage of this, that. And that's what was so important about martial arts, having a lineage. Who was the founder? Who taught the founder? Where the founder got his information? Because it's all about the information at the end of the day. So I love what everybody is doing. I love how people is doing. Big up, big up, big up. Hey, 340 Worldwide. What's up, girl? Thank you for what you do, brother King Simon Kweku. Thank you. I call myself Baba King Simon now. Baba King Simon, in honor of Baba Heru. You notice I spelled it differently. I don't just say B-A-B-A. Why I don't do B, again, I did the numbers to it. look what I got. It's Baba. I did the numbers to it. And when I did the numbers to B-A-B-A, it added up to a number 6. And 6 is my challenge number. So I said, no, I'm going to use it in courtesy of what Baba Heru called. He put the Baba as B-A-A-B-A. And that in my numeral, and when I broke down the numbers in both systems, it added up to a number 7. So 7 is one of my power numbers in numerology. So I said, I'm not going to use my challenge number, which is the number 6 of Baba, B-A-B-A. I'm going to use the one that Baba Heru promoted of, and he's a Leo, and Leos are connected to the Aquarius energy and the one energy. So I went automatically there. So when I did the numbers to Baba, B-A-A-B-A, I said, that is the Baba I need to use. So instead of being called Brother King Simon, from now on, it's Baba King Simon, as spelled on this screen right now. All right, but thank you very much, 340 Worldwide. Make sure you check her out on her website, 340worldwide.com. She used to advertise on with me too. All right, and I used to be on her network also. But that's how I spell it, because in both systems of numerology, it adds up to a number 7. And that's the beauty, family. That is the beauty of numerology. You can go and tap into any one of the names or any names that you want to choose. If you want to change your name, you want to make sure it's in alignment with your birthday or with your power numbers. What's so interesting about 19 Keys is that man is born, he's born May the 4th, right? May the 4th, 1990, and that equals 1999. Interesting enough, when you add that all together, right? 9 times 3 plus 1 equals 28. It adds up to 28, which is a 10, which is 1. He calls himself 19. 19 turns into a 10. So he chooses the name 19 Keys when his real name, I think, is Jibril Muhammad. He chose 19 Keys as a brand, but it goes with him because at the end of the day, 19 breaks down to a number 10, and so does his full life path. Breaks down to a number 10 when I added up his whole birthday. So Lloyd did that for him online too. I seen that too, but it's the truth. So big up to 19 Keys. He's resonating with the being the number one and what he does. He's resonating because his life path is the number one. You know what I'm saying? You understand what your brother is saying? And so once you are going to change your name or create a brand, it's good to do either a numerovation session, it's good to do a cardology session, it's good to do all of these types of sessions, man. Astrology session, it's good to do all of them. It's good to book a session. Like I said, I do numerovation. I don't do numerology. The basis is numerology, but I do numerovation because I have to pinpoint how to motivate your backside. Big up to Lloyd Strayhorn. He does astro numerology. He's the one that coined it for mostly all these years. He's the elevated promoter of that. So, man, I'm loving what we're doing. Big up to all of you that are doing your own work in your own way. Give yourself a pat on your shoulder, or kiss yourself like James Brown. Step back and kiss yourself. Hey, step back and kiss yourself. If you are doing work in this community that is beneficial to the world, step back and kiss your mother flipping self or your father flipping self. Kiss yourself. It's not a red flag to kiss yourself. Kiss yourself. Some of y'all can kiss your own ass. Some of y'all are contortionists. Big up to all the contortionists out there. Like I am Dawa. Big up to her. She's in Senegal now. She's such a beautiful soul, and she's Aquarius like myself. So big up to her and her daughter. I learned from now. Her greatest gift is to help open up your hips and show you how to stretch yourself and get those by. And I've learned a lot by just learning how to go down and bend and stretch and all of that. Women are more flexible in certain areas than men, but there's one guy on there, man, that he looks like a whole spider. This guy here, this brother, he looks like a whole spider. I'm not even trying to twist myself up like that. I should have done that from when I was a child, but big up to I am Dawa. Very beautiful sister. Very beautiful chocolate melanated sister, and I believe she's Aquarius. She's born in February like myself. So, and she moved to Senegal with her beautiful daughter. So keep on doing what you're doing, sister. And everybody with that great talent and skill, do what you came to do on this planet. You hear me? Thank you very much, 340. That's right. Bye-bye, King Simon. I like that. Baba King Simon, Kweku. Uh-huh. But respectfully, yes. So, and Randall, what's up, Randall? Good to see you, sir. Rainwater, what's up? Rainwater in the building. Rainwater in the building. Society, what's up in the building? Big up to everybody on Instagram also that came on. Diamonds 8. Oh, man, I'm shouting you out, Diamonds. Big up to Diamonds. How you doing, Diamond 8? I hope everything is well, and all you beautiful people, you and your daughters and everybody. Big up to everybody that's been tuning in on Instagram, coming in and out, because I know people are at work right now. It's about 1:06. I came live just to give y'all some updates, and thank you again for making the channel go up gradually, and I'm good with that. Because once your channel grows gradually, then you could sift out all the trolls. I ain't got no time for the trolls. Trolls can stay their ass somewhere else. Trolls, when I did the numbers to that, especially the word trolling, it landed on a mental health number. So y'all got to protect your mental health with all that madness. Keep that to yourself, but do donate to the channel. Of course, you could do donate through Super Sticker, Super Chat, Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, Chime. I got it all. EBT card, all of that. I got all of that going on. It's not playing. You got EBT card too? Yeah, you got Snap. Send it over, baby. Send it over. I'm going to have to start selling prayer cloths like Reverend Ike, because you can't lose with the stuff I use. You might go through your ups and downs. Let's confirm that. You will go through ups and downs in life, just like everybody else. One more thing before I close out. Condolences to anybody that got hurt in the Jewish community recently. They had an attack. And also in Brown's University. Interesting enough, the word Brown in numerology adds up to a number 27 in the Pythagorean and a 22 in the Chaldean. Now, going to the master number of the name, the word Brown, my last name is Brown. The master number 22, you have to be careful of illusions being cast. So people that can be connected, or some people are calling that a stage. They're staging some type of thing over there for distraction. That could be possible just because of the name Brown University. I got it. But because Brown is also added up to a number 27 in the Pythagorean, which is a 9, and this is a 9-year, yes, gunfire, shooting, and all of that can happen at a school like that in a number 9-year, because if you add the frequency of the number 9, 27, which is a 9, to the 9-year, boom, it adds up to 18, which is a 9. In my book, what does 18 mean? That's why I tell people, get my book, because I have multiple systems in it. It's the number 18 is a symbol of the material side striving to destroy the spiritual side. And let me read what I got in my book. This book right here, Numerovation for Mental Stability. You can go and get it on Amazon right now. Right now. Let you know I ain't playing with you. Now, what did I say and wrote in my book? Going down to the bottom of what number 18. And again, Brown University, because of the name Brown, and because I'm also on a Brown, and I could be going, I had to calm my war and energy down over the years. But what it says about the number 18, it says the number 18 person or vibration can also be associated with treachery and deception, also be associated with wars, social upheaval, and revolution. In many cases, the 18 personal vibration can do well to earn money and position through war and mayhem. But also in tarot, the number 18 is called the moon card and can depict deception and unforeseen peril. That's just the negative. Now, the positive of the 18, which Brown is in right now, is humanitarian, understanding, compassion for all people, generous, caring, highly accomplished, artist, thinker. It's all, I put it in my book, man. I don't play. Because I've made sure I put multiple systems in my book so it's not a one-stop shop, but at least it gives you what you need to be able to touch and pull and extract the information when you see things on television showing up. See people's death and you go look up their birthday. You could look at it and you can see if they're in a critical cycle or what cycle they're in. My book, Lloyd Strayhorn's book, all of that. So it's very important that when I seen that on the television screen, I started taking pictures. I said, whoa, shootout, wow, people shooting up all. I'm like, whoa, Brown University, whoa. Then I'm looking at all the different other things happening, and I see the cycles, patterns and sequences and probabilities and statistics popping up. Because numbers don't lie. People lie to themselves. I always say that. And that's why I have a disclaimer all the time. There's a disclaimer now. There's a disclaimer because I know people can use this for negatives. And I don't want you to use my stuff for negative. I want you to use it as positive as possible. That's why I have a disclaimer. And it says the information provided on this channel about the esoteric and metaphysical sciences of like numerology, numerovation, astrology, and others is for guidance, edutainment, and reference only. It is based on probability, statistics, possibilities, patterns, cycles, sequences, alternative spiritual and physical practices. It is not meant to be a substitute for professional, mental, and medical advice. Please, at the bottom right there, it says, please, like James Brown, please always listen to your intuition and use these modalities in a way that feels most supportive for you. So anybody that's in the esoteric realm, I don't care if you're doing cardology, astrology, numerology, I don't care what you're doing. Make sure you have a disclaimer because people will use your information in your books, in your podcast, whatever. I have all types of disclaimers. Look at this disclaimer. I got this one. Section 107, Copyright Act. And I got this one, just in case. Views, comments, and opinions expressed by guest speakers or authors on this YouTube channel do not necessarily reflect or represent the views and opinions held by this channel's broadcasters and its sponsors. Parental guidance is advised. I have to have this. And that's the responsible broadcaster. I don't care who you are, Brother Rich, Sonetta, y'all got to have this. Because it also helps to balance off anything that could come with legal ramifications about your channel without them shutting you down and all that. That's why you got to read the fine print. They used to say, the devil is in the details. But the real quote is God is in the details. It's not the devil is in the details. They switched it around over years. But the original quote, Go Google it up. The devil is the details, is not the original quote. Devils is in the details, is not the original quote. God is in the details. Why wouldn't God be in the details? Why? Because God created the quote unquote devil. So he would be the most intricate of all the details, not the devil. The devil's trying to usurp that. So the devil switched it over years into the devil is the details. Devils is in the details when the original saying was God is in the details. Y'all got that? Hope y'all got that. Big up to Wesley Muhammad, who actually brought that to my attention at one of his lectures. He brought that to a lot of our attention, but I said I had to go and research and find it for myself. I said, oh, damn, that's deep. It's a lot of these sayings that we have there. There's an origin to every one of the sayings that you have out there. All right. So on that note, family, remember tonight I'll be on this podcast tonight. It's called Don't Think Too Hard Podcast. Empress Etoy and El Hajj Saladin will be in the building at 8. I'll be in the building at 8:15. Tomorrow, Ascended Infinite Goddess will be on my channel at 8 o'clock. Well, I'll be with them at 8 o'clock also, not 8:15. December 15th is the day, but 8 o'clock tonight, I will be on Monday tonight at 8 p.m. Come and see how I handle other people on their platform. Also, Ascended Infinite Goddess will be with me on Tuesday, December 16th. I know her and her husband is traveling. And then on the 18th, one of the information brothers that I get out of, I never trained with him, but I get information from him when it comes to martial arts and all that, when I watch him and all that, because it's good to get information. Brother Professor James Muhammad Mahdi. Forgiveness is the highest form of healing. The legacy of not just Dr. Moses Powell, but every martial artist world the legacy is kind of shaky. And I'm just going to be focused on Doc because I knew Doc and me and Doc had some very interesting conversation. I even wrote an article in a newspaper about Doc in the Brooklyn Advocate years ago because I loved him so much. And I used to keep on telling Dr. Moses Powell, please write your book, brother. He used to say, Simon, there's certain things I can say and certain things I can't say. And I understood that. I said, that's where editing comes in, sir. We can edit, and I'm down with it. I told him I was down if he wanted to put out his book, but he never really did. I think somebody else put out something for him. And big up to Professor James' wife, Chief Professor Dominique. And she has a book called The Compendium of Kumite, I believe. It's Compendium of Kumite Martial Arts. I think it's I'm going to get that from her. I'll get that from him when he comes on this Thursday. I'll get that from him about his wife book because I have his book, but I lost it in the storage also. I lost 1,500 books in storage last year, December. But where I shed one tear and that was it. I told everybody that before. Y'all heard me say that before. On the 20th, I will be a part of this webinar. 20th, I will be a part of the Ascending Infinite Goddess webinar on the 20th from 12 p.m. to 4:30. Make sure you go to www.ascendinginfinitegoddess.com. That's ascendinginfinitegoddess.com. Even the things that's happening on Hot 97 and with Miss Jones and Ed Lover, all of that has its mathematical connection. And I'm looking at it all. I'm like, have my popcorn in my mouth, like, y'all bugging out. Somebody's coming in town. And Star is moving to New York. Star from Star Buckwild. Star Report is about to move back to New York. Oh, he always come back to New York when he has to whip people's asses. Big up to Star. Because Star was the guy. I know Star since the 90s. Star was the dude. While I was on radio, he was whooping everybody's ass on FM. And he was beating Howard Stern's ass in the Nielsen ratings, the Nielsen rating, not the Nelson, the Nielsen ratings. That was a rating system on radio back in the day. And stars still have that pull, being born the same day as James Brown, the same day as Dame Dash. That's May 3rd. That expansive money-making energy, Star got it. Star got it. He always had it. You know what I'm saying? So big up to Star coming back to New York. I'm in New York, so we definitely going to have tea and dinner and lunch together. Eventually, I'll probably sit down with him, number 9, and the whole crew one day. Big up to DX21, who used to be a part of his team also. And who else did I have to shout out? Oh, don't forget, LIU will be with Queen of Fua. I love myself, Queen, Empress, Queen of Four. Woman and Man, Heal Thyself, happening on December the 21st. Make sure y'all get y'all tickets. The early bird tickets are $25. It's more at the door. It's only $30 at the door, but we're going to be at Long Island University. Brooklyn campus, the Health Science Building. Enter at the gate on Flatbush Extension between DeKalb and Willoughby, and then we got to walk. Then you got to walk on over, and you can take the F, the N, the Q, the R, DeKalb Avenue, 1 minute away. You can take the 2 and the 4, even the 5 to Nevin Street. The 2, 3, 4, and 5 to Nevin Street in Brooklyn, and walk is only 4 minutes away. Go to the Eventbrite if you want to pay for it on the Eventbrite. You can scan the QR code, or you can go to Woman, Man, Heal Thyself, Queen of Four .eventbrite. And remember, you can call if you want to vend. Call 347-683-8122. That's 347-683-8122. And you tell them King Simon sent you, man. Tell them King Simon sent you, because that's what we do. We show our brother Shabazz and his beautiful wife some love. Eye Opener Production. Some love. Black Dot is going to be there. I'm going to be doing 10-minute Numerovation sessions over there. I'm going to be there showing some love over there. So I'll be there in the building. All right. We're going to show some real good love over there. And if y'all want to do a 10-minute session, he's going to give me my own room to do a 10-minute session with people that are in the building. All right. He's going to give me my own room so he could do a private session with me. Once again, big up to my son. Big up to Zahalia. Big up to my books. Big up to the one, the only Abundance Child. Big up to Dr. Shakira Moore. Big up to New Diamonds. Big up to, of course, Nicholas Brooklyn. And, of course, big up to Lloyd Strayhorn. And look out for my brother coming in on January the 4th. I think he's the first person I'm going to bring on. Dr. George Xavier Love, the Qigong Master. Big up. I think I got Dr. McCabe Judge coming in about health and wellness for men and women and all human beings and all of that. So I can't wait. And of course, again, Lloyd Strayhorn, show him some love. And don't forget, Tuesday Consciousness will return in January. Tuesday Consciousness in the Conscious Community will return in January. Family, remember what Dr. B says. I forgive myself, my family, and others for imperfection, and I am thankful for my life. Remember what the great Dr. Blair used to say. Please, Universal Creator, know in my heart that I love you. Please protect me and this planet on which I live now. Please open up my mind, my spirit, and my soul to receive only truth in your love now. Thank you very much, Dr. B, and thank you very much to the one, Delbert Blair. Look out for Dr. B's new book coming out. I'll make sure I interview him probably right after his birthday on January 5th. I'll make sure we interview him. Y'all, please have a great day, afternoon, or evening. Remember, I love you because I love me. And if you do want to advertise, there it is. Text me 347-496-1022 or email me for the rates at, of course, ksptvmedia@gmail.com. And please support our brother Shabazz. Brother Shabazz numbers right here on the screen. Make sure y'all support Brother Shabazz for the Queen of Four. And, and that was it, because we're going to be doing what we got to do over there. I'll be there. I'll be there. Come on, honey. I'll be there. Just call my name. I'll be there. I'll be there, motherfucker. I'll be there. Oh my goodness. Yeah, man. I'm loving it. I love it. You know what? Because I love y'all, man. And I love y'all from all over my heart. Not just from the bottom of the heart, my top of my heart, all over my heart. All the ventricles and the arteries, all over you. That's why I keep my youthful age. That's why gray hair ain't showing up that much. I keep my youthful age, man. Not stress. Because I love. My mother used to say, man, he was such a loving. I was such a loving child when I was a baby. So I just loved. And I've still got that love in me. That little baby right there. Look at that picture right there. That little baby right there, that black and white right there in the corner. That was me. Love. Love will keep us together. And, of course, life be lifing if you start looking at those other pictures. Life be lifing now. Stop playing. We be lifing. Yo, have a great day, afternoon. Be safe. And you have been watching the Ministry of Numerovation Updates with Baba King Simon. I broke down some stuff about Sophia Stewart and the Matrix 4. Make sure y'all watch the Matrix 4 again and support Sophia Stewart and all her books. I know I got 1 or 2 of her books, and I think I lost that in storage also. So take care, be safe, be great, one love. And remember, I love you because I love me. Take care.